are in states of emergency, where we currently have like 34 states of emergency. So we will always be in a state of emergency because Congress, if nothing else, is incentivized to spend money. So they'll just pick an emergency and then keep it there, and you'll just unbalance. Now you'll just create a permanent exception inside of that.
Precisely.
As much as it's really annoying to watch my congressman continually vote for an unbalanced budget, it just invokes that, say, like, well, you know what? Maybe I should activate a little bit more. Maybe I should call him up a little bit more, do more things to say, Congressman, don't blow up my Constitution. Please balance the budget. We were able to do that under Newt Gingrich in the 90s, while Bill Clinton was the president of the United States at the time, and we had a red legislature. So, red Congress. So, why do we have to? Why do we have to use this particular tool to make this happen? So
once you institute a congressional procedure, it can be continued for good or evil. And
that's exactly
so that's just my comment.
No, that's exactly what is concerning. One of the concerns that I have with it as well is that, again, Article 5 is agnostic to our ideals. It's a mode. It's a tool, right? And it can go one way or the other. And so if Article 5 is called for reasons that we don't agree with, then it could those reasons could be made permanent. And so it's agnostic to the sides that we're on. But understanding the tool, I think, helps us to understand what issues we want to put inside of that tool. We were speaking the other day. We were talking about how sometimes legislatures can look at Article 5 as a legislative process rather than really what it's designed for. It's not new law. Is that correct?
It is not a process. It is not a legislative process. It's a people process. Legislature has absolutely nothing to do about it. It doesn't mean that they can't determine the mode of ratification or things that are specific there. But it's not a law-making process. It's the people deciding what they want and what they don't want. And if we had the same kind of people we had in 1787, we wouldn't worry about it.
That's true. Very true. I think that's one of the things that when I first was introduced to an Article 5 convention, I was excited about it. I was like, wow, this is, of course, why wouldn't we do this? This is a really great idea. It's another way that we can go through it. But as I've studied it and as I've looked at it, a lot of new questions have come up in my mind and have said, I feel like I've understood it a lot more. And I don't see that the issues that we want to have them at, I don't see that that's the process. I mean, I recognize that Article 5 is there and it's there for lots of reasons, but we're really putting a lot of trust in the delegates that we present to these conventions. We put them in the position that James Madison is in, that John Adams is in, that George Mason is in, that we want to look for those types. And we want to have a reason. We want to have those reasons that go well beyond slavery, well beyond women's right to vote, well beyond all the other reasons why we have the amendments in order to create that. And so just having a deeper understanding of what Article 5 is and what it's for doesn't say we will never have one. Right? It's not saying that we will never have one.
No one's ever tried to nullify Article 5. It's never been proposed to be removed from the Constitution.
Right, exactly.
And I commend you for that insight that you just recited. It's wonderful.
Oh, thank you. So, but I think to really look at what the tools that we currently have to see, okay, where in the Constitution do we have the ability to resolve some of these issues, right?